What's up, Rise of Kingdoms players? Welcome to Tiku Gaming. In today's video, you're going to see some contents you probably have never seen before. We're going to be traversing back into March 2020, when I first started to play this game. I started out in a very small alliance, and my alliance was destroyed by another alliance. At that time, everybody was in Zone 1. It was like the first week or two that when we first started to play this game. No, I was a completely noob to this game. Nobody knows what's going on, and people are just fighting over territories. And no one seems to be care that the alliance got destroyed, and I decided to do my one-man revenge to this entire alliance. And here you go. Here are some tips for you. Stock up your teleports at all time, because you always want to know your way out and try to TP as close as possible to the target. And sometimes you will see multiple targets that's relatively close to each other. You may as well just use one TP to get to somewhere in between. And second tip, you want to be aware of the target's time zone or timetable. The best enemy is the enemy that's in bed or away from keyboard. Number 3, spend good amount of time to observe the target. And the things you're looking for is, just by looking at the city, if there's any lines on the city, like white lines, red lines, doesn't matter. If the target is resending the gathering troops out, that means he's online. But if there's troops going in, that's okay. Maybe, that's the troop they send out for gathering before bed, and they're just returning to home. Sometimes when you see the target send a full march out into the alliance mine, most likely he's going to bed. And if you see the target has like 4 to 5 troops or marches gathering, you know, because when you click on the gathering node, and you will see their name. And if you see this guy has like 4 or 5 marches out gathering resources, and chances are they won't have much troops left in his city. And these are the kinds of report, and you will find tons of resources and no troops. And you can do your magic trick. Another tip, only scout after you think he's offline. You don't want to make the target alert. Next trick, or next tip, always act alone. A lot of my future guerrilla tactics were developed through the early stage by playing against an entire alliance or strong players. And it's a lot quicker and easier to act alone, and also give you the best CP value. And in the future videos, you'll hear me saying the CP value a lot, and that stands for cost performance value. To make the best bang of your troops or the money you're gonna spend. You know, at that time I only had tier 2 units, as you can see. You know, compare with the amount of resources that I'm getting, you know, that's nothing really. But down the road, when you're, you know, having tier 4 units, and maybe not worth to die troops by attacking cities, and, you know, just for these kind of purpose. And another reason why acting alone is the, you know, trust me, the amount of resources you're gonna rob just will not be enough to split. And not to mention, each of you need to spend at least 2 teleports. Before you TP, you know, you want to make sure the ground is clear, there's no enemies passing by. And when you are sending out, or when you're marching out, always send the slowest march out first, to make sure all marches are gonna arrive at the target at the same time. Because if you send the quickest march out first, or a quick march out first, you know, he's gonna hang out there and wait for the slowest march to arrive, because you want to make sure you can swarm the target. You don't want to just, you know, use one target to attack, and that march is going to die very fast. And when I'm sending out the marches, I turn to click on the barbarians in the same direction as the target, because it's a lot faster than, you know, leave the mouse on your, or click on your city for a second for that white circle to show up, and then you can march out. And also, you don't want to click on the enemy city from far away, because that's going to make them alert. But of course, you know, if you have already attacked that city for the second or third time, you can always click on the city for marching out. As you can see, there's AoE from Sun Tzu. You want to stay away from AoE. You know, this is only, what, the 9th day of me playing this game. I didn't have a lot of experience. But when you're sending like more than one march out, always use the tanky march to be on one side of the city, and then put the rest marches on the other side, so you can, you know, stay away from the AoE damage. And after the target's troops are killed or hospitalized, use the siege or cav units to haul resources, because that's going to make it a lot faster. And you can see right now I'm spending the resources I robbed on my technology, and I'm the kind of thief or whatever you call it. You know, right after I rob the resources, I spend it right away, because again, you know, I didn't even have an alliance at that time. I may get zeroed when I wake up, so I'd rather to just spend everything I have, you know. And of course the commanders, the speed ups, they can't take it away, they can't, you know, rob it back from me, but I just spend all the resources right away on troops, on technologies. And you can consider that as another tip. And the last tip I have for you, do not attack a city. If you see there are strong commanders on the wall with a lot of troops, or if you see a significant amount of reinforcements in that city, do not attack. And stop attacking if you see the donkey carts show up on the burning city, because that indicates that guy or the target is back online. Yeah, I was such an inexperienced player at that time, but I like fighting. You know, people talk to me, be like, hey, you know, we have KVK down the road. I really had no idea what KVK is. Anyways, I do not mean to make you to create chaos in your kingdom. And these are just some fighting tips I developed in early games that I want to share with you. If you find this video is helpful and interesting, please feel free to leave a comment below to let me know. It would also be great if you want to share how many days you've been playing this game. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.